Well, we are continuing to follow the tragic news out of Butts County, where a 5-year-old died during today's storm.
A county official tells Fox 5 a tree fell on a vehicle with that child inside. News
Edge reporter Christopher King is in Henry County after trying for hours to get to Butts County. Christopher, all that storm damage prevented you from getting there tonight.
That's right, Christine and Russ. It is pretty bad out here. And take a look over here just to show you how bad it is. This massive tree fell onto some wires right outside of a home. This is right along Jackson Street in Locust Grove. We're not far from Georgia 42 in Henry County. Crews are out here trying to assess the damage. They say they're waiting for the power company to get here so they can safely begin their work. We spoke with a homeowner moments ago. Take a listen.
It sounded like just crashes, like something like the house would rackle.
What was going through your mind when you heard the tree going down out here?
I was more worried about my son and my wife more so than anything. Make sure that they were okay, and then because I was caught as well in it. So I was at work and I'm caught in my work truck, just watching everything go down. I was like, man, I just pray everybody's safe.
And they have no power inside this home either. It's been ugly all around Henry County. We were trying to get to a train derailment in Butts County, but all the roads we tried to take were blocked off. We can confirm 3 cars derailed at 42 North and Lee Maddox Road. That intersection is back open again, we're told. Highway 16 and 36 are back open as well. Butts County opened its recreation center for an emergency shelter. Now, take a look at some video we shot earlier if we have that. High wind and heavy rain toppled trees, blocking roads. People broke out chainsaws to clear the streets. Initial reports indicate possible tornadoes may have touched down in southwest Butts County. Now, this is the story all around this area, around Henry County, around Butts County. Trees down, power lines down. Traffic is backed up almost everywhere you drive. There are lots of narrow back roads around here, making the going even tougher. This is a very fluid and fast-changing situation out here. We will bring you more details as soon as we get them. For now, we are live in Henry County. Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
All right. Christopher, thanks so much. Dozens of children are finally on their way home tonight in Griffin. The Emergency Management Agency kept them at school because of unsafe road conditions this afternoon. We're heading back live to the scene after the break. Ryan?
And the damage across North Georgia was widespread. We had some tornadoes south of I-20, some tornadoes along I-20, and some even north of I-20. We're going to break down where the National Weather Service will survey the damage tomorrow, plus a look at all the Arctic air moving our direction coming up after the break.
Well, we continue with our coverage of this evening's severe storms and the damage left behind.
Wow, here's a time lapse of the storm from our weather camera in LaGrange. As it came in from Alabama, the severe weather knocked out the camera's power.
Wow, before it lost power, you could see the rain swirl in there and surround the city. What an image that was. So many incredible images from today. Ryan, you and Jeff did an incredible job keeping us informed.
Yeah, you know,
throughout the
in that
evening.
video, you could see the rotation within the storm, and we call those supercell thunderstorms, and supercell because it has a rotating feature to it.
Sure.
And at that exact moment, I think was one of our more interesting points of our coverage where we saw the tornado feature split and literally give birth to another new focus. Right, and that was the one that produced a tornado in Troup County, Meriwether County, and eventually out towards Griffin. But if you combine both of those structures, it was over almost 200 miles that it was on the ground.
That's scary.
My goodness.
So intense storms today for sure across Alabama and Georgia. Unfortunately, Griffin took one of the hardest punches from the storm system. All right, so we got the rain moving out. We got the cold front pushing through. We're going to start to filter in some of this colder and drier air. And we're also going to be talking about the possibility of, yes, some snow flurries falling tomorrow. Maybe even close to Metro Atlanta. You might see a flurry or two, but more likely up in the mountains. and it's not going to be a major event around town as well. Temperatures will remain in the 50s for the next couple of hours, and then we'll taper off into the 40s and a few 30s by tomorrow morning, but the wind chills will be the more noticeable impact. Highest rainfall totals north of I-20, but interestingly enough, where we had the bulk of the stronger tornadoes, we didn't have as much rain moving through those neighborhoods. And at the airport, technically we only recorded just over a ½ inch of rain, even though it seemed like a lot more than that. It was because of how fast the system was moving. Our winds right now are sustained about 10 to 15 miles per hour. They'll be gusting a little bit higher than that during the overnight hours. Tomorrow morning when you wake up with meteorologist Joanne Feldman, she will get you prepared for a much colder start and a much colder afternoon. Tomorrow you're going to want that big puffy winter coat from start to finish. So dry air starting to filter into North Georgia. That's going to set the tone as we head into your Friday and the weekend ahead. But one interesting feature that I've noticed that's going to be a big story for your Friday is we're going to get the upper level low right on top of us. Therefore, we're going to continue to have a divergence here in North Georgia and friction to confirm that we'll maintain cloud cover most of the day on Friday. It's going to be a cloudy day. It's going to be a cold day. It will be a windy day. And in the mix of that, you could even get some light precipitation falling. And notice the duration at which you could get some snow showers up in Gilmer County, Fannin County, Unions, and Clay County, North Carolina. So with that, the model is also predicting a little bit of accumulation up through those neighborhoods as well. So stay with us as far as any new information for winter weather alerts. The National Weather Service has been swamped today. They're going to be swamped tomorrow. So if you get those alerts a little bit delayed or last minute, give them a little bit of grace, because they really have been working very diligently and hard the last couple of half of a day in regard to all the severe weather. So winds overnight will begin to accelerate, will continue to accelerate tomorrow afternoon. Wind gusts up to, if not exceeding, 30 miles per hour. Temperature wise, to start off your day in the 30s and low 40s. Wind chills will be even colder than that, as they'll be near or below freezing overnight tonight into your Friday. And then Friday afternoon, not much warmth. And Friday evening, look at that, wind chills this time tomorrow will be in the 20s. And then heading into your Saturday morning, it will be another very cold start to the day, and then not much warmth Saturday afternoon. In Fox 5 Storm Team forecast, 45 for tomorrow, 40 will be the low. But again, that is really going to be important as far as we're going to have wind chills much colder than that. Saturday and Sunday we'll have sunshine return. Temperatures will be in the 50s, and then on Tuesday we'll bring back the chance to rain. The good news is for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we'll have temperatures near 60 in the afternoon, but 30s in the morning, so it will be a cold start, but it should be dry throughout much of the day before our next round of rain on Tuesday. Guys?
All right, Ryan, thanks so much. Well, dozens of children are hopefully back home and safe tonight. The Spalding County EMA kept them at school because of dangerous road conditions.
Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Jonathan Stacy is live again in Griffin. Jonathan, you've been giving us the update. It must have been kind of exciting after a long day for some of those kids to get driven home by a sheriff's deputy.
Not the way you would think you would end a day. Most of the time, the students are picked up by their parents or driven home on a school bus. Well, that didn't happen today for dozens of middle schoolers here in the Griffin-Spalding County School District. They were actually taken home by sheriff's deputies after they were stranded inside schools like this Carver Road Middle School in the southwestern part of the county. After severe storms rolled through, they ended up being stranded inside. We're talking about for some 6 hours. Yeah, they were able to feast on snacks. They were able to obviously keep each other company, but nonetheless, they were anxious. They were worried about what would happen next, especially as their phones began to die and they got reports of what was going on all across the county. But we can tell you within the past hour, I have spoken with the district officials and they tell me that all students have been taken home via sheriff's deputies. It was only about 20 students left as we went into the 11 o'clock hour who needed to be transported home. Many of those students students that were in here or in schools earlier. They were actually taken home by their parents coming to pick them up. We actually witnessed 3 parents coming here excitedly and hopefully hopeful to pick up their kids who were safe and sound inside the school. The school district did an outstanding job. They're going to keep school closed tomorrow as the community begins the rebuilding process, which will be long here, but nothing compared to the day that they have had so far. We're live in Spalding County tonight. Jonathan Stacy, Fox 5 News.
Well, just so glad that the kids there are safe. Jonathan, thank you. A man is alive. It's the story of the day after crews worked tirelessly to rescue him from his home in Griffin.
You can see some of the video here behind us. Let's go back out to News Edge reporter Eric Perry, who was there to witness it all. Eric?
Yeah, Christine, Russ, really that man thankful to be alive. And just take a look at the house. This is where he was pinned down underneath this tree for at least 3 or 4 hours here. I'm told this tree about 40 to 50,000 pounds. In fact, they had to shovel and dig their way inside to get to him. Take a look at the video we caught as he was wheeled out in that ambulance. This is here, and you can tell his family says that they were inside this home as well when they heard this tree come crashing down. Now that man has been airlifted to an Atlanta hospital. He is in okay condition. He's beat up, but you saw him give kind of that good hands up excitement after being inside of here. Again, I want to bring you back out here live here. People just really thankful here. We saw different crews from all across the area coming in to help in this effort here as well. There were at least 4 people. His daughter said that they were inside. The man about 41 years old, but really just a massive tree out here. He was pinned down inside, but they were able to get him out safely after about 3 hours here. So he is recovering in a hospital. There's also a curfew that is in effect here in Griffin from 10 p.m. That's when it started, and they say it lasts until 6 a.m. We've seen emergency crews and first responders really monitoring the roadways. There's still a lot of debris down here, and it's really just not safe to be out, especially in the pitch black of night. That's the latest here in Griffin. I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
All right, thanks for your latest reporting from there, Eric. One Norcross family lucky to be alive after a tree crashed through their home. What they did once they heard the loud crash.
Fox 5 photojournalist Billy Heath captured this incredible time lapse of the downtown Atlanta skyline from the Jackson Street Bridge.
Look at how the clouds just roll in, and then in just over a 35-minute period, you could see just how the city just disappears into the darkness, and then the clouds are rolling out. You could see it reappear. Really incredible video. Yeah,
generally speaking, the storm was worse south of town, so just imagine what it was like in Spalding and Butts counties. In Gwinnett County, tense moments for a Norcross family as a tree toppled onto their mobile home when the storm moved through.
News Edge reporter Angelique Proctor spoke to the family, who says they were going about their evening when they heard a large crash and found a tree in their home.
When the rains really started and the winds whipped up, a lot of trees started falling because the ground got so saturated. Take a look at this tree here in Norcross that toppled onto this mobile home, just sliced it right there in the middle. Now, there were actually not 1 but 2 people inside, an elderly couple. The wife tells me she was busy cooking. Her husband, who has a bad hip, was on the sofa. Amazingly, neither one of them was hurt. Take a listen to what they heard.
I opened the door and I heard the wind blew a lot. And then I heard a noise from my house and I looked at, oh my God.
Were you shocked when you saw that tree?
Oh yeah, I shocked, really shocked.
Fortunately, the neighbors came over and helped, putting a tarp on the roof, trying to help them keep dry. The fire department had asked them to relocate, but quite frankly, they say they have nowhere to go. As you look at all of these exposed roots, you realize just how fortunate they were. In Norcross, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Angelique, thanks. Now, the storms that moved through Georgia are responsible for several deaths in Alabama. Coming up, what we know about the damage in the city of Selma tonight.
Plus, crews in Austell had a chance to see some of the damage before the sun went down. We'll show you what responders are doing at this hour.
Welcome back. Got a final check of the weather and a recap of today. We had numerous tornado reports. I was just in the newsroom. I know some of you are calling saying, hey, how come you're not talking about this city or that county? It's because we have to wait for the National Weather Service to go out and survey the damage. Now, these are the preliminary initial reports of clusters of tornado reports and wind damage reports, but we'll get the hard numbers tomorrow, where will be a lot more specific for those areas. We had a tremendous amount of rain in the last 24 hours as well. We had this massive tornado, large and destructive tornado that went through parts of Meriwether, Pike, and Spalding counties, and it did continue out towards Jackson Lake and beyond that as well. And then on the north side of the storm system, closer to downtown Atlanta, we had a couple of different areas of concern where we had more of the spin-up tornadoes versus the long track and long-lived tornadoes. But again, for tonight, we can all rest easy tonight knowing that we will not have any additional severe storms. In Fox 5 Storm Team forecast brought to you by Chevy. Notice that temperatures will be in the 40s for tomorrow. Wind chills will be near or below freezing all day tomorrow, and it's going to be coldest as far as the force of the cold air by early Saturday morning, and then a warming trend begins especially Sunday into Monday. Russ?
Ryan, thanks. Great job today. Now, before the powerful storm system hit Georgia, it carved out major destruction in Alabama. We're learning that at least 6 people were killed as a result of the storms there. Video shows major damage to homes, debris strewn over highways, and a vehicle that was struck by a falling tree while a woman and infant were inside. Now, both the mom and child escaped without any injuries, we're glad to tell you.
The dangerous storm being linked to this massive building fire. Take a look at this. Residents say the building caught fire moments after a tornado passed through. Selma authorities said most streets in the city were closed due to downed power lines and trees, but said all schools had reported that students were unharmed.
Crews are still out at this late hour assessing the damage and doing what they can to try to get it out of the way.
Yeah, News 8 reporter Tyler Fingert joins us now live once again from Austell. Tyler.
Yeah, Christine, crews are working into the overnight hours right now. Take a look at this home right here. They are putting a tarp up right now after cutting up all of the fallen trees that ended up on top of this home. And I want to go to some video we got from a viewer who actually lives in that home. He said that he was home at the time when the tree came crashing down. And he says that, I mean, the video just really speaks for itself. You can see that giant tree pretty much snapped that home in definitely at least part of the rooms in 2, and you can also see like those tree limbs going into the different rooms there, and also the roof in one area is gone. And just moments before the tree came down, he says he was in his bedroom where part of it now sits, and he's just lucky that he was not injured because he had walked downstairs after seeing some power, after seeing the power go out, and then he was coming back upstairs when that tree ended up crashing down once again. As we come back out here live, you'll see though crews continuing to work to patch up the home here. They are putting tarps up, and this was not the only home here. 5 to 7 homes on this very street had significant damage because of a massive tree falling onto it, and then also some other trees in this other homes in this neighborhood rather had trees on top of them. The Cobb County Communications Department says 14 had significant damage. The good news, no one was seriously injured in Cobb County as a result of these severe storms. We're live in Austell tonight. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, it's going to take some time for everybody to get back to normal. You feel for the folks there. Thanks so much, Tyler.
Much more will be revealed in the morning as well. We'll be right back. You know, so many Fox 5 viewers shared storm damage video from across Metro Atlanta, and we appreciate it. And after the line moved through, we also received beautiful images of rainbows and vibrant sunsets.
Yeah, we want to see your pictures, whether it's of the calm after the storm or the damage you find when the sun comes up tomorrow. So After you safely take your pictures, download the Fox 5 News app. There's a tab where you can submit your images there. I do like the sunsets. Those are so gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Considering what some folks went through.
A very, very difficult day. We do thank you for joining us for Fox 5 News Edge. You Bet Your Life with Jay Leno is coming up next.
Stay connected to Fox 5 around the clock. We're all over social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And be sure to wake up with Good Day Atlanta beginning at 4:30 a.m. Again, when the sun comes up tomorrow, we're going to find out that there's plenty more damage out there. And we will have team coverage all morning long, all day long, in fact. Thank you for depending on Fox 5 News tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.